What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am so excited to bring you guys another video in my project pan series. So this is a project pan that I started somewhere around August, September, and it's about the halfway mark now, and I figured it would be good to just give you guys an update so that you guys know, whether I'm doing well in certain products, whether I'm doing bad in certain products, all of that stuff. And as you can see, I already have my makeup on, so this one is not going to be try on style, but I will be talking about each product, and I will have close-ups so that you guys can really see where the product is. And those products that I could mark, I did mark just so that you guys know kind of where it's settled in the event that when I go to do my close-ups, they've moved around. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing an update about the products that I plan to pan towards the end of 2023 into 2024, which are 12 products, then let's get into it. Alrighty, so even though I'm not applying these, I'm still going to go in the order that I would apply them. And the first thing that I, of course, put in this project is a primer. So this is the LYS Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer. And I'm actually very, very happy with the amount of product that I have used so far. Like I said, I do have 2 months left, and once we get into November, December, I'm actually putting on makeup more consistently, historically, because I am prepping and actually in the midst of Swagmas, which is my time of period where I upload a video every day in the month of December. So I'm very happy with the amount of progress here. I can definitely think that it would be very easy for me to finish this product by the end of this year, which was my goal. As I said in the intro video, which I will have down below for this particular project, and I will have my 2023 project pan playlist down below as well. I wasn't really putting this in here for any reason other than this was a primer that I thought I could get through by the end of the year. And, I've had it for a little while. It's not been an overly abundant amount of time, but I have had it for quite some time. And yeah, I just want to go ahead and get my use out of it. I could see me definitely picking this up again, although I'm enjoying kind of trying out the different ranges of gripping primers. I've tried out the Milk, now I've tried this one. I would love to try like the e.l.f. and kind of have tried out one from each kind of general category and have my opinions, but I'm going off on a tangent per usual. I'm very happy with my progress so far, and I think I will easily finish that product before the end of the project. Next, we have the By Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. And when I came on to introduce this product, I had said basically that I had very little wear usage on the packaging, mainly because I realized quite early on when I was testing out these two foundations, because I do have this in a different shade. This one happens to be in 25W, that this one is quite a bit darker and warmer for my skin tone. Even in the midst of the summer and now we're getting into fall, my chest really doesn't get much darker. I really don't expose that part of my body very often. So a lot of the times I'm still tending to reach for these lighter skinned foundations during the summer when my actual face is darker. And so I'm realizing now, personally for me, it's really not worth it to have two different skin tone foundations. That's why I put this one in the project. And what I will say is I'm going pretty slow for me. I have about what I would say is typically about a month's use in this product. So I definitely need to put my foot on the gas when it comes to using this up, because I do really only have about 2 months left. But like I said, I do wear a lot of makeup towards the end of the year, getting ready for Swagmas and in the midst of Swagmas. So I still am encouraged and I'm still hopeful that I'll be able to finish this. I will say I have definitely been mixing this a lot more with another product. And so that's probably why the progress has been a lot slower. I just can't get I don't wish to use a full amount of this product for my base, because then my base will look a lot different than my skin, and I'm really enjoying actually being able to match myself lately. So yeah, I think the product is fine. It's definitely not something that I would recommend to somebody who is extremely oily or doesn't want something that's gonna start to break down after a couple of hours on your skin. It definitely breaks down it. And I've shown you guys that in countless videos. What I tend to mix it with is actually my concealer. Now, this is a concealer that I have had quite a long time, and this is the CoverGirl True Blend Concealer in Natural Tan. I don't like the undertone of this concealer. I've now figured out what it is about this. I don't like the undertone. I don't particularly love the shade either, but it's really the undertone that really just does not work the best for me. And I think the biggest issue is that this undertone is just so neutral, in my opinion, going on cool, that it in conjunction with such a warm foundation on my skin, they just really clash sometimes. And if I'm not really paying attention and like making sure to use my powders appropriately, it just does not look the best as a base overall. But anyways, I've been able to use this to lighten up the foundation, but also to cut that undertone a little bit. And that's literally what I have on my skin today. So I have a combination of these two as my foundation. And then I have this as just my concealer. And I will say I am definitely getting to the point where I am scraping just to get actual concealer to even put on my spatula to mix with my foundation, which I'm very happy about. I'm typically not somebody who takes a stopper out, but there is still quite a bit of product here. And if a lot of the product is at the bottom and I can't get it just because of the packaging of the product, then I will go ahead and take the stopper out. But so far, I think I have quite a bit of good use here, and I'm very excited to kind of see how much more time it's going to take to finish this product up. Personally, for me, out of all of these products, that's the one that I know I will definitely not be repurchasing. So I only put one powder in, and that's because I typically get a lot of use out of this powder every day, or every time I put makeup on rather. And this is the Seam the Pore Packed powder. This is a like translucent powder, and it is the powder that I have on my under eyes today. Now I did kind of use two powders. I used a powder under my under eye and to set all of my concealed area and my whole base, but I also used my technique of using my Wayne Goss bronzer, or actually the contour shade, to merge my bronzer and my under eye, mainly because it was a very big contrast today. So keep that in mind. But anyways, I honestly thought I was going to be able to have hit pan by now. So there's definitely quite a bit of product here, and that's good. I'm not mad that it's taking me time to hit pan or anything like that. I do hope that I can get to my goal, which is of course hitting pan for this product. It would just feel nice to do that. And I'm really thinking about my decluttering coming up very, very soon. I will probably be filming that sooner rather than later, just because I want to get the products out before December. I don't even want them to be in the house in December because, like I said, there is a potential for me to maybe move. And if I'm going to be moving, I'm already going to just be in a world of, so yeah, I want them out. So that is it right now. Then for mainly my only cheek product that I have in this project, it is my Half Magic Cream Blush in Only Drama. This is a blush that I have been talking and raving about pretty much since I picked it up. It was the reason why I picked up 3 or 4 additional shades in this range, and I love all of them. This is, of course, my favorite, as I feel tends to happen when you get one product and then you buy others. You tend to still have the favorite, which is the original shade you picked up. This is a beautiful kind of darker strawberry pinky shade once it gets on your cheeks. I do have it on my cheeks today, and I really love it. I love the formula. I think it's beautiful. I do think that this formula does need a particular brush, and the brush that I've really gravitated towards is the A507 from BK Beauty. The bristles just really pick up this formula great, and I have like 3 or 4 of those now. So I definitely have enough brushes to get my use out of it. Like I said, again, I definitely was hoping to have hit pan by now, but I'm not disheartened. I definitely am still excited to have this blush, and I'm still happy to be using it. I probably will take it out of the packaging and maybe just put it in an empty Z palette. If you saw my declutter of my single shadows, you know I have empty Z palettes now, which is another reason I just need to get things out, because they're just chilling on the floor. they need to be gone. They need to be gone and out of my sight. I will probably keep a couple, but I just don't need them. I don't need them, so I'm probably just going to give them away. I'm thinking of using Project Beauty Share, but if you know of something other, like giveaway or like donation center that collects makeup that has been gently used, let me know. I will definitely go ahead and send it that way. But I'm just thinking about sending it that way. A lot of my friends and family, they just don't get through makeup as much as I do, and so they just don't need another re-up of makeup products. Okay, so those are all of the face products. Let's talk about some eye products. So one eye product that I put in this project was my Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Al Natural. And what I will say is I've definitely been using this product, but it definitely, it goes a long way, right? So especially depending on the type of makeup looks that I'm using, I don't tend to reach for this on like a look like today. On a look like today, I'm going to use my About Face or something else that's a little bit more stickier. This, I think, just creates a little bit more of a smoother base, and I just don't find that I get the tack that I want on these more colorful shadows. And so, it's going to give me a different look. So yeah, I definitely am excited to continue to use this, and I definitely would love to pick up like a full size of this and just have that in my collection. But until I get to that point, I'm definitely happy that I picked up these minis and that, they will continue to be in my collection until I finish them. The brow product that I put in this project was from Pony Effect, and this was a brow pencil that I was just using a lot after Asian Pacific Islander month. Same with this powder, that's why this was in there, and I'm done. I'm so done with this. I can't roll it up at all. I've actually started using another brow pencil, which that is a bit of a catastrophe because it's broken. So this one was from Romand, and this was the one that was in the gray, and I told you guys I didn't really like it, and literally the packaging broke. So in the middle here was like a pomade type thing that you could like put on. I never used it because I wasn't interested, but it broke. So this is definitely not a product that I'm going to be picking up again. I am at the very end, thankfully. So after I finish this, I will just, like I said, not be repurchasing this. I just don't like the fact that the packaging literally broke. I didn't particularly love the color either. So there's nothing really redeeming about this product. Whereas the Pony Effect, I actually really like this. I think this is very comparable to the NYX or even the ABH, more to the NYX than the ABH. So I definitely could see me repurchasing this, but it is done, which is exciting. It's so exciting to finish makeup that you spent your money on, because you spent your money, so use it. So another thing that I actually called done is this Hemish mascara. Now, what I will say about this mascara is it's actually very interesting. I feel like there's like a reviving quality to it where actually throughout its lifetime in my collection, it got wetter, which is very unique. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. I've only seen mascaras that get drier. This one, in my opinion, got wetter. It was a lot drier out of the packaging initially, and then it like I said, it got wetter. So that's why I kept using it. And then I thought about it and I was like, how long ago was Asian Pacific Islander month? It was over 3 months ago. So that's why I went ahead and just called this done, because I don't want to keep mascaras around that are too old. I actually had quite a few mascaras opened around that time, so I had to just go ahead and chuck another one as well. I'm working on the last one, so I want to keep remembering, every 3 months, get rid of your mascara. So maybe I don't need to try too many mascaras, because at the end of the day, after 3 months, they're just going to be gone. The other kind of eye product that I want to talk about is the Lash Glue. So this is another done as well. This was one that I knew was going to be a gimme, and although in the close-up you may see like there's a clump of product at the end, that is like dried up product. I literally can't get any product on the applicator. It was just time. It was so time for this, and I'm happy. I got so much use out of it. I'm happy I finished it literally in the same year that I picked it up. It's exciting to, once again, use my makeup. So there are 3 empties so far that I've talked about, and 2 more products to talk about overall when it comes to this project. Let's go ahead and finish up the eyes, and that is the Give eyeshadow palette in the shade Rich Girl. And I'm having difficulties. Wow. Okay. So in this palette, I wanted to hit pan on the darkest shade because that's the shade I get a lot of use out of. I typically will just put it in my outer V and I'll blend it onto my lid sometimes, or I'll take this shade and that will be the lid shade and I'll call it a day. I don't even actually use the shimmers all that much. I don't think they're very impressive. I just really like the quad because it just works, and you know, I like that. So I don't have all that much more progress. I would say once again, eyeshadows are one of those things that I can go through periods where I really, really like an eyeshadow. I really like a technique. I really do it. And then other periods where I'm just like, absolutely not. I don't want it. So I kind of went through the period where I was really loving using that shadow and I just haven't really used it as much as I was before I did this project. Mainly because when I'm sitting down, I'm pretty much testing out and reviewing eyeshadows, and I've just not been wearing a lot of makeup outside of YouTube and like for reviewing purposes. So, you know, that's on me. It's fine. I honestly really, that was more of an actual challenge to see if I would actually hit that goal. And so far, it doesn't look like I will, but it's not the end until it's the end. So we'll see what happens there. The last product, and I'm so excited to end with this baby, is my lipstick that I put in the project. And this is the Huda Beauty lipstick. It is their cream formulation in the shade Gold Digger. I'm done. I'm done. Now, could I take a pencil or a brush and stick it in there to get more product? Yes. Did I like this product enough that you would think I would do that? Yes. But did I? No. I don't like doing that. I really don't like doing that at all. Just no. So 4 empties so far, and I actually remembered that I forgot to talk about this product, so let me talk about that really briefly. This is my brow gel from Patrick Ta. In this one, I had a usage goal. My usage for this was 40 times, and without even like really taking the time to sit down and calculate, I've easily hit at least 20 uses of this, because pretty much ever since I put this in the project, I've used this exclusively in my brows. So I'm very happy with that. I'm happy that I'm getting more usage out of this product that I spent my money on. What I will say is that this product, it's fine. I don't particularly love it, and I find that I really have to focus on pushing my brows up. But once you've pushed your brows up and made sure that you really sculpted them to where they are, they pretty much do stay put. So there is that, but I just prefer the Too Faced. I find that the brush just grips my brows a little bit better, and I don't really have to like focus intensively to make sure that it works, you know? So there is that. I would love to try using this in other purposes, but I'll try that another day. So overall, like I said, I got 4 empties done in 2 months, and that's a lot. That's a lot. It's exciting, and I'm very happy. Those are some more utilitarian products that I typically was using every day when I was putting makeup on, and that's why I was able to get through them. And so for me, I'm excited about the other products that I'm definitely seeing some usage, and I can't wait to kind of see, you know, what happens in the next 2 months. I will be doing kind of my update after the new year for this, and that will be of course my finale, because this is panning until 2024. And yeah, I just wanted to pop on here, give you guys a brief update on these products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.